Hello everyone. Hello again.
Hello.
What's up?
We are back. It's spring is in the air, ladies and gentlemen.
Rubbish weather in England.
Yep.
Well, we come off the heat wave and now it's rubbish weather. Bounce is restored. The microphone's definitely on, and I'm Calvin Atkinson from the Axia Film Society.
I'm Reece, I'm the resident Met guy.
I'm Ren. I'm just generally about anime.
And I'm Elliott, and we are back once again to talk about high schoolers using the power of friendship to kill God.
Welcome. So, we're really running low on time. We normally have a Dungeons and Dragons game after we do this to say well done, guys. But we're going to have to call it off today and do it 2 weeks' time because me and Ren have got to dash off after this, edit this video, and then we're going to go to Liverpool to review In This Corner of the World, which we think is going to be really good, but we won't make our judgment until we actually see it. But so let's get straight down to the point. This is about our picks for the best of spring, and we're going to pick an anime that will join Saga Tanya Evil in our consideration for anime of the year. So, quickly get down to it. What did you guys think of spring?
Really good.
Good selection.
It was really good, I would say.
Yeah, I thought this was really good, and I was really good for the reasons I wasn't expecting, which was I was expecting a lot of the original content to be almost underwhelming no, I was expecting it to be good, but I was expecting to get overshadowed by the sequels.
Yeah.
Mainly the big 2 sequels that came out this month. I remember that 1st of April, there was like a few days after me and Reece did the Best of Winter, and it was like Academia and the Titan appeared on the same day, and it was like, this is going to be the battle every week.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it wasn't though.
It wasn't.
They were both very good, and obviously there was a lot of hype for them. But I think there were a lot of original series that came out and actually surprised us, and certainly made an impact anyway. So
the order we're going, I felt like that. It was a case of, and it was also a case of I actually felt like Titan everyone was talking about when it started, and then we all kind of
it
dropped off a bit.
Kind of plateaued a bit, didn't it? Almost.
So we all made our picks for all our categories. We all have some decent ideas, and we set a few rules in place. We're allowing only 3 runners-up maximum. We have to pick one at the end of it, and the other fact of the matter is the order we're gonna go in is Reece, Elliott, Ren, me, and the other factor we're making is we are not and. What was the other rule we made? Oh yes, if one of us picks the same one, we have to then say it together, so that way we save a bit of time. So if, for example, Ren picks something, if I then have to say, yeah, I picked that as well, and then we'll talk about that one together. And if you look at the description below, you'll probably see all the thumbnails of when I put the time parts in, and that will you'll probably have a guess ahead of time on which ones we both agreed on. So let's kick this off. So we're going to do our best OPs. So we're going to before we get to it, I think we can safely say this has been the best season for OPs in a very long time. There was so many good ones.
It was really, really good.
Oh, so it was. How do you choose from all this lot? So Reece, your best OP.
The Attack on Titan. So
good
though.
Did anyone else pick it?
runner-up.
It was a runner-up for you.
It was a runner-up for me.
Nearly a runner-up for me.
It was nearly for me, but not quite.
Not quite, yeah. No, same here. There was just 4 that were better than it. So I was surprised. I thought you were going to pick Attack on Titan.
No. I'll tell you my pick a little bit later.
But anyway, why did you pick Attack on Titan?
It's just because I just really love Linked Horizon. They're a great band.
Yeah, no, they are
did
great.
An awesome job. And also, for some reason, Ismail did anyone else feel like it was the beginning of the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
You know, that part where like they zoom in like all the animals and everything.
Yeah, oh yes. And then there's all those massive animals running over. Oh yeah, I see what you're doing now.
Yeah. So I'll be back in a moment.
He's basically just run off to stick on the door. Don't disturb us in the studio.
Well, this is our do not disturb sign. So I forgot to put that up. I'll put that up now.
I will say though, with the Attack on Titan, the reason why I didn't make it for me was because it sounded too much like the original, which isn't a bad thing, but
it is the same band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other factor is also it kind of felt a bit underwhelming compared to the 2 from season 1.
Yeah.
Would you say it was better than either of those ones?
I say it's better than the second one, in my opinion.
Nowhere near as good as the first, I'd say.
No.
nowhere near. Well, the first one's an all-time classic.
Yeah.
Trust me, like decades from now, they're probably going to be remembering it.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I've seen the whole thing. And I thought it was a very good opening. I actually did think it was probably going to be my best opening, but then there were so many other great ones, and I couldn't even give it one of my runners-up in the end. I was considering giving it a runner-up, but there was a couple that I just liked a little bit more. So that's... Any more to say on that one, my friend?
No, that's pretty much it.
Elliot, what did you pick?
I'd just like to know first, I only watch fantasy and sci-fi anime, so my listings are going to be much more limited than these guys. But,
Yeah.
You know. Should I say my runners-up first, or...?
No, go. Did you have any runners-up?
No.
You didn't have any runners-up. What were your runners-up?
First runner-up is Clockwork Planet, mostly
Very good.
because I've heard... I like the band, it's very, very, very good.
Yeah,
But
that was a very
That was a
good
good
show,
one.
actually.
Number 2 is My Hero Academia.
That was a pretty good one, but I felt it was a bit underwhelming compared to the first
Yeah.
one.
It was underwhelming, I will say, but I will
Yeah.
say I still did like it.
The animation was cool for it, but I think the
Yeah,
song was a
sure.
bit lackluster.
Yeah,
And number 1 is World End. Or if you want its full...
Suka Suka.
Or if you want the full name, World End. What will you be doing when the world ends? Are you free? Will you save us?
Oh, yeah, no, that was a really good... That was one of my runners-up.
That was a runner-up for me as
It
well.
is actually...
It's a brilliant OP.
Yeah.
I remember watching it. I remember watching the last episode last night because we record this the Wednesday after the last episode. We record this the day after the last episode aired.
I don't have Crunchyroll Premium, so I haven't seen the last episode yet.
You're in for a good one.
Oh, so
Yeah.
they've released the 12th episode?
They released 12 episode last night.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't watch that.
Yeah. No Crunchyroll Premium. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to
I
wait
ha-
a week.
I
Damn
have got Crunchyroll Premium, so I got to watch it.
Yeah.
But no, I really liked Suka Suka's opening. It was a really good band. I liked the whole thing. Were you aware of that one, Reece?
Yeah, I was aware of it.
Just didn't shake. But I must admit though, I was watching the last episode last night, and I remember thinking I'm not going to get to watch this opening next week, and I was really upset at that point.
I can still guarantee I will be still listening to it after I've watched the last. It was really good. Actually, in my top 10 openings, I say.
Oh, you really liked it that much? No, I'm liking your choices there. I really like your choice there. So that's Suka Suka for you, and Attack on Titan for you, Rid?
Yep, runners up was Suka Suka and Attack on Titan, but my number 1 OP, and I've got an inkling that you may have picked it, is Alison Zoroku. No?
I didn't pick it.
You didn't pick it. I really loved the Alison Zoroku opening. I
man.
thought it was fantastic.
I
really liked the animation. In fact, I really just like the whole anime, to be honest. But I think the OP was like a...
It was pretty good OP.
I mean, it was a fairly good reflection of what the anime was going for with the whole... I mean, Wonderland vibe, obviously, but like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it had that lovely sort of one.
Yeah, it was fun, and it's just like, you know, like everything's really visually pretty, and it's just like...
It's
Made me happy.
yeah. I have a few things to say about Alison Zoroku, but we'll get around to that probably later because I reckon you picked it for another category. Again, we actually don't tell each other what we pick before we do it, so we get a real surprise, and it really allows us to think on our head. But with Alison Zoroku, I actually thought the opening was pretty good, but I said any other season this probably would have been a runner-up for me.
Okay.
But it's I suited the show pretty well. I don't know why my voice went so high then. It suited the show very well actually.
Yeah.
Those are you guys any comments on those ones?
Yeah, completely agree. All great choices.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But my one actually, do you guys? I'm certain I'm the only one who watched this series. But my runners-up were what were my runners-up were Suka Suka,
Everyone loves that opening.
Archaic Records of Best Magical Instructor, and what was the other one? I had another really good one that I liked. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I'll get it in a minute, but the one I actually ended up picking in the end was Eccentric Family 2. The second to open, it's the same band, Milk Tub, that did the first season's opening, but they did such a good job of this one. And it was such a good show. Honestly, this was a really good second season. And you guys aren't watching Eccentric Family at the minute,
No, I've not seen it.
No,
I
I
haven't seen Eccentric Family.
Do you know what's weird? If you live in if you like us and you live in the UK, you can't get the first season of. We probably shouldn't have put the. That's going to turn out really loud on YouTube because I've just realised we put the T next to the microphone apologies in advance for that one.
I'll just hold my tea then.
Okay, it's fine, my friend. It's fine, man. We'll handle it. But with eccentric family, I really liked the first OP, and I wonder where they were going to go for the second one. I didn't think they'd actually get Milk Tub back to do it. But as I was saying, the weird one with this is if you got Crunchyroll over here, you can't get the first season of Eccentric Family on Crunchyroll because of licensing reasons, but you can get the second season. You got to buy it on DVD if you want it. By the way, excuses for 90s hipster here, who's... But I keep telling you, what the hell are you doing with your hair?
I've grown it, so I just need some sort of way to deal with it.
So it's an interesting selection of OPs here, because we've gone for very different shows, but we had a bit of crossover. I think Suka Suka's the one we all agree was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The OP, anyway.
The OP... I'm going to have words with you in a minute. So let's move on to the EDs. Reece, what'd you pick?
My main one, My Hero Academia.
We finally had a crossover. I picked that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just really good. The best one of the seasons. That stood out to me.
It was so enjoyable. Did either of you guys pick it?
That was a runner-up.
It was a runner-up for you. What about you, Ren?
For what, sorry?
My Hero Academia, the best ED.
No, I didn't actually pick that one though.
I really liked it. It was nice visuals with showing all the female characters in the show, which I think got a bit they were rather underrated characters.
Yeah.
It's a nice song.
Yeah.
It's really good. I'll tell you right now, since we're combining ours together, my runner-up was Anonymous Noise.
Well, for the ED, yeah, I
ED.
actually quite enjoyed the Anonymous Noise ED.
Well, I'm going to be. Well, I'll save my comments on Anonymous Noise for later on down the list. But actually, we'll say all the music in Anonymous Noise was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was, and I like the fact they actually wrote all the music for it. The actual fictional band does do all the music for this
Oh, really?
show. Yeah, no, all the music is done by the band in No Hurry, which I really like the fact they actually did a very good fictional band for it. But going back to Academia with the EDs, I liked Little Glee Monsters ED. What did you like it so much?
Just great, chilled out song, great visuals, and just showed us more of a different side to the series.
So Elliot, you picked Academia as a runner-up. What did you pick as your winner?
As my winner, I actually picked Suka Suka again. I don't have many good things to say about the actual show, but the OP and ED. But as a runner-up, I picked Kado the Right Answer because it was just quite chill. And the actual song that they played was just like relatively chill, as in like JoJo's Part 3 second ending, I think, where it's not actually that much visually, but in terms of the music, it's more just for sort of like relaxing time to sit back. And I quite enjoyed that at the end of the episode, especially with how intense the actual anime is. But yeah, that was my runner-up.
Well, that's really good. But I actually asked for Elliot's one first before you.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was thinking that. It's me first.
Sorry. Just jumped in.
Elliot, what did you pick?
Well, of course, for runners-up, there's My Hero Academia, and there's Grand Blue Fantasy. Really nice chilled out.
Oh yeah, actually, I was surprised. I thought I'd be the only one talking about that.
Yeah, it was actually nice and chilled out. But number one for me is once again Clockwork Planet.
Clockwork Planet. Yeah, I liked that ED. I liked that one.
Honestly, because I will just say this now. I'm a metal fan, and that seemed like very metal-like.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really, really good. Really.
So we got. Well, again, I don't have to do my ED now because it's because I've agreed with Reece on this one. So that's a really interesting thing. But in terms of ED, I don't think the EDs were quite as strong this season as they were last season.
Not as good as the openings.
As the openings, no, the openings were all so good. So
Yeah, I had quite a bit of trouble picking the ED actually.
Oh, my other runner-up was Eccentric Family 2 again, but I didn't want to give it to both to Eccentric Family, but again was very damn good. Eccentric Family 2 actually, I felt it improved on the first season quite well. I really would recommend it now. I really can recommend it now because I think between those two seasons you'll get something that will work.
Yeah.
Because my big problem is, I remember when we talked about slice of life anime last season. We said it can have that issue where it's rather unfocused and it drags a bit. The first season had that issue quite a bit, whereas I feel like with the second season they actually fixed that issue. So that's the EDs. The EDs. It's a very interesting selection at the minute. There's, So let's see, we've got Titan. Look at the list. We've got Titan, Suka, Alice and Zeroko, Eccentric Family, Academia, Clockwork Planet, Suka, Academia. So it's quite interesting at this point. The minute we're all kind of going down sort of one path. And God, how long is the time? Thank God we could show it Suka. So now's the point where we're probably going to go into more detail about the anime we're really watching because we're going into actual series and whole content. So Reece, biggest. What do you want to say, Evan?
I just said woo.
Yeah. What do you want to say for your biggest surprise, Reece?
Clockwork Planet. Overall, I thought it was a very strong series with the OPs and the EDs. There was quite a bit of fan service. That did get grating after a while. But overall, I really enjoyed the series.
Why was it a big surprise to you, man?
Because the first couple of episodes, you thought, oh, it's just going to be typical ecchi terribleness.
Yeah.
But it dusted itself off, and it kept going, and it got really good, in my opinion.
Did you go back to it, Ren? Because I know you dropped it. You mentioned to me that you dropped it.
I dropped it after about. I mean, it dropped it after about 7 episodes, I think. It was just after they met an important character.
Anchor.
Anchor. I watched like 1 episode of that, and I think I just got a bit tired of it.
It becomes a chibi character after that.
Yeah, other things just sort of took over. So that was why I dropped it.
But I'm still watching it, but I'm a few episodes behind because I'm on simuldub. It's but I would say you can tell this is from the maker of No Game No Life. This is the same mangaka.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on Clockwork Planet, Elliot?
I would say it is in my top 5 for spring. I saw the poster. I thought this actually probably looks pretty good, and it was actually really good.
I quite liked it, but I wouldn't put it in my top 5 of the season.
Yeah.
But that being said, even if I was to include sequels, it would. Even if I was to take out sequels, it really wouldn't make the list.
But again, I watch less than you guys.
Yeah, but at the same time, I do think Clockwork Planet had some interesting ideas. I was actually the one thing I'll say that surprised me about Clockwork Planet was how restrained it was in a sense. But at the same time, it does have a few issues which, and I know not a lot of people really rated it because it's got about an average of just under 3 stars out of 5 on Anime Planet.
I think in terms of all of the powers and sort of like the systems that they involve in it, it was quite interesting, and I think that was its strongest point for me personally. I mean, just the whole thing with I'm forgetting like everyone's name. The Clockwork Girl. What's the name?
Ryuzu,
that's it.
Yeah, Reece. Sorry. Like the whole aspect of her powers and the fact that I mean, okay, I'm explaining it badly, but it's got interesting power systems. Is basically what I was.
It kind of works on a whole level, but it also has its little foibles that it really needed to fix.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe I don't know how it ends because I've not got to the end of the season yet because it's one of 4 series I watched in simuldub, and in case you're curious, the others being Titan, Academia, and Sakura Quest. But so those were with the exception of Academia, those were the only ones where I'm behind. But I did actually watch them and didn't drop them. But with the whole thing, I actually wouldn't mind seeing a season 2. Yeah. If a season 2 is possible, as I say, I haven't actually seen the ending. So since we're keeping in order, Elliot. Before we go to Elliot, any runners up for your biggest surprise?
ID0.
ID0, yeah. I didn't watch that in the end.
Yeah, it turns out no one did. I think I was the only person who did on the internet.
I think I might add that to my queue now because what was so surprising about it?
That no one was talking about it, and it was actually really good.
Yeah, I thought there was a couple of anime this season that kind of like that. So ID0, that's an interesting one. I'll definitely check that one out. Yeah. Elliot, what was your biggest surprise?
Admittedly, I'd probably have to say Grand Blue Fantasy, because I remember people saying, like, I'm not sure really why really, I just watched it and I thought, at first, this is probably going to be kind of generic fantasy, a bit like, I don't know, a bit like Fairy Tail or something. Well, it's actually a lot better than I thought it would be.
It was a runner-up for me, it was one of my runners-up for biggest surprise. Kind of the same reason. And also, it wasn't even on my radar, I just happened to watch it. But it had that brilliant bump of chicken opening.
Yeah.
It had some interesting ideas. My biggest problem with it was kind of, just because it's based on a video game doesn't mean you should pace it like a video game.
I will I'm gonna say though, I did really like the opening. It's my favorite chill one.
Yeah, that was a very good chill opening. It was a decent one, but again, Bumper Chicken is very good at those sort of openings.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say, actually, I really had against it was the last episode where they actually showed you what it'd be like with which you haven't got because you haven't got premium Crunchyroll, so you're gonna have to wait.
Wait, the 12th episode, Grand Blue Fantasy, is the last one?
There's a 13th episode, which is basically the weird thing is it doesn't actually tie into the rest of the series. It's actually an OVA, which is it actually shows you kind of what it would have been like if they'd gone with the female character, because Grand Blue Fantasy gives you that option to pick either a male or a female character. So it says instead of Gran, it's a different character, and it's basically a big beach episode as an excuse for fan service.
Yeah, I've seen a picture of it.
Yeah, no, honestly, you could actually skip the last episode and you wouldn't miss out on much.
Wait, is this actually going to be is this just the newest episode or the actual last one?
It's I don't know if it's I know it's at least the newest one, but it's the last one for now, or it's the last of the first season.
Alright. Because I really want it to continue.
Yeah, I'd like to see another season of it. I liked I liked it enough to say I want to go and see another one. As I say, it was a runner-up for Biggest Surprise because it wasn't even on my radar, and I really ended up enjoying it. I also felt this one was one that not a lot of people were talking about, but I felt like this. I remember A.H. Brandon summed it up best. This was what I wanted Tales of Systeria: The Cross to be. I didn't quite really get into Tales of Systeria. This is the one I kind of wanted it to be. But that being said, I did kind of lose a bit of interest in it, and it really needs to fix its pacing. And it was also suffering from the other thing that you can get away with in a video game, but you can't really get away with in a series, which is too many main characters.
I didn't actually mind the fact that there were a lot of main characters.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of anime with too many.
Yeah, but they're kind of competing for screen time, and it's in a 12, 13 episode series. That's not really what you top priority should be. What did you think? Did you have any runners up?
I don't think I've actually had any runners up.
Yeah.
There weren't really that many anime that surprised me.
Ren, what was your biggest surprise?
My biggest surprise was Akashic Records, the best magical instructor.
I really liked that one.
Yeah, I didn't initially think I was going to enjoy it, mainly because, I mean, the whole school uniform outfit and like the high school girls and like all of them have crop tops and like all of the male characters have like actual school uniforms. I was kind of put off by it, and so that kind of stopped me from getting into it initially. But then like once I got past the barrier of that, as you do with many anime like Kill la Kill for example. You actually see that there is like a decent narrative there. The characters are quite interesting, and like again, I really like the sort of power system they implemented there.
It does kind of work. Yeah, no, I really liked this one. Did you guys watch that one?
I didn't know.
No, I don't.
I would really recommend it. It took a few episodes for me to really get into it.
Yeah, the first 3 were weird because they were just establishing what the main character actually does, and then like once they'd reached that point, it became more and more interesting, and he became sort of more compelling as a story.
Yeah. You know, I agree with you. It kind of was like that, and it was, but it took a while to really get into it.
Yeah, it was quite jarring because you were just waiting and waiting for the main character to do something cool, and like when he actually did, it was pretty damn cool.
I also like the fact the middle part of the season also kind of focused his relationship with the side characters, and I kind of like Real. I kind of like.
Yeah, absolutely.
The last few episodes were a bit weird, but
yeah.
That being said, I think I enjoyed this one on the whole.
I will say about the main character as well, he is incredibly durable. He gets stabbed a lot, and he loses a lot of blood, and he is fine.
Well, they had that weird healing thing in the middle of the season.
Yeah, but
the Real arc.
I mean, he got stabbed by a sword like with a width he can't see for like about this wide or something, and like impaled fully, and he lives. I mean, healing magic, of course, but. He's very durable.
Because anime!
Because anime. So, no other criticisms. But if I had to pick a runner-up, I would say Sakura Quest, probably. I didn't think I was going to like it at first. I didn't really like the main character, but then as it sort of got into it and explored the different elements and different characters and backstories.
I haven't watched much of that one.
I only saw about four or so episodes, but you understand that it's basically about community building. And reinstigating a sense of pride in where you're from, as this the main character gets hired.
What the hell was that?
So that was a popping noise, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's very strange. But yeah, so that was my runner-up. I really enjoyed Sakura Quest for what I saw.
Oh, Sakura Quest, you said.
Sorry, yeah, Sakura Quest, not Anonymous Noise. Sorry.
So no, I was watching Sakura Quest. I've been watching Sakura Quest and Simon's of them, but I just watched episodes either 7 or 8 before I came out here.
Yeah.
As I say, I agree with you. I wasn't sure. I was actually kind of like, I kind of really like this, and then it kind of has been a little dipping off on me. That's going to continue into the summer season. That's a holdover.
Oh, brilliant.
So it's going for a full 24, 25 episode run.
Sweet.
So and also it's an original work, so we really won't have any idea where it's going. So
it's not even based on the manga.
It's not based on the manga. No, it's a completely original work, and you can really tell it's done by the same art team that did Shirobako, because it's the main character looks very similar to the main character of Shirobako. My runner-up, I already mentioned Grand Blue was a runner-up of mine, but my other runner-up was Eccentric Family 2, which probably was, in actual fact, my biggest surprise for just how much it improved on the first season, but I didn't really want to give it to a sequel. So I picked one where I thought it was going to be good, then it turned out to be amazing, which I ended up buying some of the manga for it, Anonymous Noise.
Hey.
I chuffed to bits with this one. Anonymous Noise, it's a really fantastic show. You had to really be into shoujo and slice of life and romance anime to really get into it, I think. But in terms of, but the thing that really stood out for me was the fact this was a genuine a music anime with genuinely good music. This one of my biggest problems with Fuka was I wasn't really into the music with it, and I didn't really get down the whole music aspect of the show. This one gets down the music. It's kind of like they get the music down and what the music means to the characters first, then they get down to the love triangle elements, which again, the love triangle elements are actually quite good for once. And that's another big surprise, even though she kind of picks the real life, the person who's absolutely the worst for her.
I can guess who that is. I've only seen a couple of episodes, but
but it's sort of. It kind of actually leaves it open for a second season because the manga's still ongoing.
okay.
But that final concert in the last episode was just fantastic. Even though it's marred by some terrible CG animation, 3D animation, like that jerky movement like that, which you really should not have when characters are playing guitar or drums especially, because if you actually watch drummers in real life, they are very energetic, and they're moving their arms just about everywhere.
They're not stopping frame after frame.
But in fact, it was actually they should have just kept it all 2D animation, because when they're 2D animated, it's much more fluid in how they look. And again, me and Ren actually play musical instruments, so we actually kind of know what we're on about with this one.
Yeah.
But I like the alternative rock soundtrack to it. I thought it had a really good story, and it was. I thought it was going to be good. I didn't expect it would be damn brilliant and a runner-up for my best original series. I loved this show to pieces, and it really was just a brilliant one. I loved this one. So that's my pick for. I also will say between this and Recreators, I felt like now you've got enough anime on Anime Strike to actually justify an account with them now, even though I still would not recommend getting it. So that means the one where we're probably going to have the most crossover, because there were very few we actually watched. Let's do the sequels. So Reece,
mine's Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan. You picked that one too?
Yeah, I picked Attack on Titan.
Yeah, it's a runner-up for me.
Runner-up for me as well.
It's just because it fixed so many problems with the first season I had. Like the awful pacing, the boring dialogue, and pretty much characters just doing nothing. Whereas this time around, there's actually stuff going on.
How do you remember watching the episode where we learn who the Colossal and the...
Don't say it.
I'm not just saying, in case... And I just remember... And I remember just... Because I was watching it while my brother and my dad were in the room. I just went, give me a second. I walked up into the front room. I was just like, what?
yeah.
But then when you look back on it, you realise, oh yeah,
It makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
It's a very good season, actually. I do think the season really stepped up, and of course we've got season 3 next next year.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that, definitely.
Yeah, no, even though I'm wearing the Attack on Titan shirt, I didn't pick it as my best, but it was a runner-up. In fact, it was my second runner-up.
The second runner? Oh, I'm guessing, yeah.
It's my second runner-up as well, actually.
Well, that's interesting. So, is there anything you guys felt... my honest opinion with the second season was it's kind of getting to this phase, and I think the third season is going to really suffer from this. I kind of get all the phase where Attack on Titan has its real problem, because I've been reading the manga, and it's a case of we're getting to the point where they throw tons and tons of plots at us, and they don't really resolve them very quickly.
Yeah, it's a very long game sort of anime. I mean, obviously, like having read the manga and having the spoiler as to who is the Colossal Titan and who's the Armored Titan, it was interesting to relive that like in the anime.
Yeah, it was very interesting to sort of relive that in live.
Because I remember reading that and I was just like, wow, this has all gone too quickly. What's just happened? And then like I saw it in the anime, I was like, oh yeah, that happens. They don't know that yet. Oh my god, this is incredible. But,
without giving
Yeah,
much...
I just imagine like people who've read the manga, you just see some people talking about Attack on Titan in the street saying, I can't wait for the anime. You just go, look at them, they have no idea.
Yeah. They have no idea of the hardships to come.
Oh,
poor innocent children.
The weird thing is with Attack on Titan, and I think with season 3 we're going to have a lot. Without giving too much away, I think with season 3 we're going to have a lot less Titan.
Yeah.
Because I know which way the story's going, and I mean, it goes into quite an interesting point in the next one, especially with with Krista. Now we know her true identity.
Yeah.
And we go a lot more into that in. We'll probably be going a lot more into that into the next season with the arcs they got planned, but.
That does sound kind of interesting, actually. I do like Krista.
Yeah, so we can skip Ren's one, but we wouldn't need to anyway. But did you guys? We'll ask your odds on the runners up after this because I think we're going to have a bit of crossover.
I only
here.
had the one runner up to be
We'll
honest.
just probably, yeah, let's probably
Actually, I
say
did have
you
two.
as well.
Yeah, I just had the one.
So Elliot, which one did you pick?
My Hero.
Same here.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that was mine as well.
It was brilliant.
Yeah, I agree, and it's still going.
Like, I have a small confession to make. I didn't watch My Hero until spring.
Ooh,
I-
even season 1.
Not even season 1, I'm afraid. I don't know why, I just didn't, and really, when I first saw the art style was very much like, it actually reminded me of Kill la Kill, the art style, I think.
Yeah,
I get what you mean.
kinda get what you
Yeah,
mean,
and I just remember watching it, and needless to say, I did nothing but watch it for like days.
Yeah,
Yeah. I love My Hero Academia, and
Yeah.
this season just confirmed to me. They showed you how you do a tournament arc
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And the fight between Todoroki and Bakugo, so good, I'd say.
I actually felt the fight with Deku and Todoroki was the best one.
Ah,
this
yeah,
season.
that was really good.
That was the one where it said to me, "If this will beat Titan for me, if this fight is off the scale."
Yeah, I watched that and I didn't know it was the episode. Sorry.
One thing I actually really did like about that fight was that it seemed like Deku's objective wasn't to beat
win.
Todoroki, but more to help him to realize that
exactly.
the firepower was his.
But that to me made it better. That's what made it better for me.
Because
Yeah.
it shows actual progression for the characters.
And it also kind of shows that Deku actually wants to save people rather than just be a show off.
Yeah. Fuck.
I just gave myself a static shock from a pen. I don't know how I managed that.
I can just say I do really like that pen.
Yeah, it's a Ratchet Clank pen. I got it in one of my Loot Gamings. They just actually announced Loot Anime for next month today.
Oh.
It's going to be the theme is action comedy. It's going to contain stuff from One Punch Man, Trigun, Konosuba, High School DxD, and Fooly Cooly.
Fully Coolly, yes.
I want Fooly Cooly to be the T-shirt.
Yeah.
Loot Anime, please sponsor us.
We want some Loot Anime.
I'm hungry.
My children. Here's all I just joke with the Simpsons. My children need wine. But I actually thought at the beginning of the season it's just going to be all us picking Titan and Academia, and that's exactly how it turned out. But I will say, I was very close to not giving it to Academia. I was very close to giving it to Eccentric Family, because of the vast improvement. But I went by the thing that made me choose Academia in the end, because it was the Eccentric Family took a little bit to get off the ground. It took a little bit to get off the ground, and it still had a few pacing issues and all that business. And it's also but that being said, I did think the season was a lot better than the first one, and I thought it was a brilliant one. But then again, I think Academia, it's not as good as I think Academia. It's still going really strong. I'm looking forward to what we're going to get. It's actually taking. There's no episode this weekend because it's taking a break.
Yeah.
For a week, and then it's going to start again next weekend, which means we're not going to miss one.
Yeah.
This week, because myself and Ren are off to London Anime Con. We'll see all of you there. Are you cosplaying this year?
I don't have a cosplay source, unfortunately.
No, I haven't got one either.
I'm just going to bring the jacket. I've got a big steampunk jacket that I normally just wear to cons because it's like the only place I can wear it without looking weird.
I would cosplay, but I'm technically working, so I'm not going to cosplay.
Yeah.
Also, I will just say, despite Naruto being my T-shirt, Boruto is just a runner-up because while it was very good, it feels like filler. The first few episodes we saw, I get it, they're trying to establish and get you to know the characters. I get that, but it feels like filler.
Yeah.
Filler in Naruto. What a surprise!
Especially considering the manga actually started off with the Chunin exam.
Did it?
Yeah, it started off with the Boruto movie, actually, the manga.
So is this just prefacing now? Is this just coming up with stuff for before the actual...
Basically, yeah.
Welcome.
Okay.
Welcome to my
Okay,
world.
so it is actually filler. That's depressing.
What do you think? Were you watching Boruto much, Reece?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. Nothing amazing, but
I do like the characters, I will say.
I think compared to like original series Naruto, like with the first arc, with when they're getting to know everyone, I think it's actually quite comparable to that. I think they did a good job of introducing characters and like sort of. Like,
did Boruto do as good a job with that as Naruto did?
No. I mean Naruto pretty much had me hooked like immediately.
Yeah, like with Naruto, they got you to know all the characters at once, except for this. With Boruto, the characters just dedicating a character to each episode.
Yeah, they're using similar elements to the first to the original, but it
also
kind of doesn't come off as well.
Considering how many good OPs that Naruto had, Boruto's was just okay.
It was very much. It actually reminded me a lot of some of the OPs from the original Naruto.
Fighting Dreamers is still my favourite one.
Yeah.
I like how
Fighting Dreamers.
Fighting Dreamers. I've actually got that. Just go my way. I just got that on my iPhone. Actually,
have you actually?
I've actually got it on my iPhone. Yes, I am that sad.
We have to do one of these where it's just original original OPs that we just love, because I can harp on endlessly about Bleach OPs.
And also, really watch Mojo. The third Naruto opening is one of the worst. I actually like that opening.
Yeah. It's so.
If you want to get any, get the Full Metal Alchemist one. The first one that was awful.
Brotherhood for me is the example of the show that had every single OP was fantastic.
Yeah.
Brotherhood's one was great. The original was good, except for the first one. The first one was terrible.
Yeah.
Would you say Attack on Titan fits in that category?
It's getting to that category, but I don't want to say that until the final one. Yeah. No, as I say, I don't want to say it till the final one, but at that same time, so far, I would say it's going to fit that category.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Best originals. Now, this was the one which I thought we were going to have trouble at the beginning of the season deciding, but at the same time, because I thought everything we said wouldn't get any notice, but I think the original content this season has been over the top, has been fantastic.
Yeah, been really good.
It's been one brilliant season for original content.
It really has.
It really is.
And this is the one we got to make most attention to because we're going to be looking into it. So, Reece, what did you pick?
ID Zero.
ID Zero.
Yeah, no one was talking about it. Very underrated mech anime. So of course, me being.
Is it literally I.D.0?
ID-0.
Right, got it. So, ID Zero, why was it so good? Because we weren't watching this.
I wasn't.
Yeah, no one was watching this. Yeah, I just thought it was a really good setup. It had a really interesting mechanic with the characters, where people transfer their consciousness into machines.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
That does actually sound pretty cool.
Yeah, and they played off that really well. And set up, it was like a whole government conspiracy. So it was like a really interesting aspect. You kept thinking, right, what's going on? How's this affecting the characters? And what could it go on to be?
You really, I said Reece was going to. I said this morning Reece's one is going to surprise me, and I was completely right. But yeah, I wasn't watching ID Zero. I completely slipped my mind.
Yeah, no one was.
Did you guys watch it at all?
It completely slipped my mind as well.
As I was saying, nobody's watched it.
Nobody's watching
Under
it.
the radar.
I think we're missing a trick here, guys. But did you have any runners up?
Probably Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains.
Yeah, I've been watching Brains a bit.
Brains was actually good, though I will say I'm not big on the opening.
I quite like the opening.
I quite like the
More
opening.
because, I don't know, I thought the melody and everything was good. I don't know, the voice of the guy who was singing it, it didn't feel like the other Yu-Gi-Oh! Openings.
Yeah.
But even with even if you take out the dubbed anime one, even the dubbed openings, even if you take out those ones, it still sounds it still sounds different to the other ones.
Yeah, it does. That's what I meant.
Yeah, and it's going in a really interesting direction where the main character is sort of an anti-hero.
But and the product of a terrible character design because he's just a clone. It just looks like a mix of Yugi and Yusei.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's cool because you don't entirely know what Playmaker's ideals are. Like you have no. All you know is that he's trying to beat the Knights of Hanoi.
You were really. I'm glad it turned out as well as it did because you were really excited about it when we first started, which is unlike the one that I was really excited about, which was the World Yamizuken, which I dropped after 2 episodes. And
I was very happy about Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns. Very excited about it actually because love Yu-Gi-Oh!
So,
yeah, same.
It's basically one of my introductions to anime. The one that got me into anime that was Death Note. I will be honest.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, no, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is fantastic, and
it's also one of my favourite card games.
Oh, of course, so you gotta love the card game.
Mine, I'll be honest, is Card Fight Vanguard.
They still haven't done an anime of that yet.
What, Vanguard?
No.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
Oh, they
yeah.
have?
Yeah.
They have 2 series of it.
Yeah.
Well, good news. I'm an idiot. So
Yeah,
before,
it's on Crunchyroll, isn't it?
oh,
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll. They even have a YouTube channel.
I'll add it to the bloody queue. I will add it to the queue. All right, I've got enough to do with it as it is. Don't touch me. So that's so Reece went with ID0 and Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns as a runner-up. Elliot, what was your best original?
Runners-up, number 3 for runner-up was Silver Guardian. I thought that was actually really good, and
I heard mixed about that.
I actually really liked it. I thought it was a different take on the whole video game anime.
Yeah.
Number 2, I was actually struggling with what my favorite was and what number 2 was. Number 2 though was Grand Blue. I will be honest.
Okay.
I thought the characters were great and the action was just enthralling. But number 1, and you are gonna probably not like me for this, Suka Suka.
Yes, it's my one as well.
Oh yeah! High five.
It's my. Oh, I loved this series.
The main reason why it's my favorite is because I have a confession. I'm not a big fan of romance. The only romance ones I actually like was Angel Beats, if that counts. Mirai Nikki and Twin Star Exorcist, but
Really, Nikki's a romance?
Kind of.
it
Kind of.
But
It's kind of a psychotic one.
It's
But
the under
just Suka Suka, the romance was beautiful.
I agree.
I thought it was just an amazing anime. The characters were great.
That Scarborough
The-
Fair was brilliant.
The,
I love
the
Scarborough Fair.
story was good. I liked how the actual threat was more internal than external. With Katoni.
Yeah, and it was this. They don't pretend anything otherwise. They set this up as this is a tragedy.
Yeah.
This is a tragedy at the beginning of the day. This will not
Yeah,
end well.
like it's not. They don't bring it off like the Sword Art Online movie where Asuna loses a memory and just like, oh well, moving on. They actually bring us up as an actual threat, and I'm just gonna say,
Let's not spoil the ending for people who haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
To be fair, I've got up to episode 11. I'm like on the request of you because there is some sort of
I'm
twist
just-
associated.
This is not just my anime of the season. This is my at the minute. This is my anime of the year.
Same here, actually. And I don't care. I'm just gonna say it. Katoni and William are freaking adorable.
Yeah, no, they're my favorite couple of the year so far. They
They are just so cute together.
I loved this show. I loved this show to pieces. It really came down to this and Anonymous Noise, and I watched the last episode of both of them last night, and I just adored both shows. I will also I'll go since we're doing mine as well now, since it's a tie. We're teaming up with this one. My runners-up were I had 3 runners-up in the end. I had Anonymous Noise, which was the real runner-up. The other 2 though that I saw considered but didn't quite give it were Akashaic Records of Bastard Magical Instructor, which I thought was really damn good, although I felt it took a little bit to get off the ground, and Recreators, which is kind of anime the anime. It's the best way to describe it because it's basically the plot. It's kind of the plot of the fictional characters coming to our world, and they sort of see that they want to meet their creators to ask them a lot of questions about themselves, and it's all about this big threat to the world from a fictional character they can't find out who created it,
It's weird because Recreators was one on my watch list, but I never actually got around to it.
It's an Amazon Prime exclusive.
Ah, right, that's why.
It's the Amazon Prime exclusive over here. It's what Anime Strike in America is. I know Suka Suka is on Anime Strike, but I'm not sure if it's an exclusive. But the good news is we could get it on Crunchyroll, and I just adored Suka Suka to pieces.
It was absolutely brilliant. I watched it all in one sitting.
I think I'm gonna go back. I think as soon as the dub's done, and it's partway done at the minute, because Funimation's got the license to it, I'm gonna go back and watch it again in dub.
It's an anime like Grand Blue that I just want to keep going on, but I know it's not. I know the next episode is the last, but
Yeah, I watched the last episode. It's a really good last episode.
I just think it's a brilliant anime, and I will definitely say, if you're gonna watch any anime from spring, watch Suka Suka.
That's my one. I'd say though that's my choice. If you only have one to watch, that's the one I would say. Which is so that leaves mine and Elliot's done. So Rennie boy, what's your one?
My runner-up, which was fairly close and hard to choose between, was Alice and Zeroku. I really enjoyed Alice and Zeroku.
I did enjoy that one as well. Although I felt I had trouble getting a grip on where it was going, because it kind of felt like it was trying a lot of things and it never really stuck to one thing.
Yeah, I mean, I do hope there's a season 2, because the ending for it was.
You don't really need a season 2 though. You could have one.
It was nice, and it was just a really chill thing to watch. I mean, like. In my opinion, everything was cute. All the characters were really nice, and like it was cool seeing the contrast of Zeroku as the old stubborn character, stopping all of the anime shit from happening, basically, and Alice, who is like basically a toned down elfin lead character, trying to do all these animations.
I kind of lost the Elfin League connection as the series went on.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
I'll also have to say the ending was a runner-up for my best ED. I liked the ED.
Yeah, the ED was quite nice. But then my actual pick for best original series was you dropped this one, Kado: The Right Answer, which was spot on.
Yeah, Kado,
absolutely amazing.
Kado, I dropped it just because I couldn't get over the animation.
See, I'm actually I'm becoming more of a fan of 3D animation at the moment. I mean, I'm afraid to admit it at the risk of being held stones up, but I watched a good few episodes of Berserk in 3D.
I do like the 3D animation. I do like. I do like the 3D animation when it's necessary.
Yeah.
I don't mind anime and 3D animation. Like Ruby is a friggin' amazing anime, but I don't like it when it's like really overused. Like for example, in Spring, one called The King's Avatar really abused it.
And Knights of Sidonia, I couldn't get into because all the movement looked really jerky.
Which is shame, because I really like Knights of Sidonia.
I did really try to get into The King's Avatar. I watched 4 episodes of it, but the 3D just really brought me out of it. Yeah. And just to let you know, if you think Kirito is strong, Lord Grimm could beat Kirito in seconds.
Did you have any comments on Suka Suka or Kado, Reece? Did you watch either of them?
No, I did see them.
Well, what was the big thing for Kado though? What was that your best original?
So basically the setting for it is an alien, a huge geometric kaleidoscopic cube appears out of nowhere and lands on a passenger plane and absorbs all of the passengers. And on it is like a foreign negotiator basically for Japan. And inside of the cube, we don't see what happens in the first episode, but he meets an alien, and it basically effectively tries to communicate with with humanity, and try and establish some sort of relationship between them. And as the series goes on, more and more things become introduced and defined on the basis of the way the alien perceives things and the way he wants to help or hinder humanity. But so it wasn't just 3D all the way through. It was also a mix of 2D animation as well, and for the more intricate scenes that they couldn't actually manage to do in 3D, which, as you mentioned, was a bit of a barrier for you with Anonymous Noise, with the drumming, etc. Because in scenes where they couldn't manage to actually construct the 3D scenes, they did resort to 2D animation, and the 2D animation was absolutely fantastic.
I'll give Kado another go. I think I will give it another go.
Definitely worth watching.
Does it end with a conclusive ending?
The last episode is on Friday, so I'm going to watch it probably on the train as we go to
Anime Con, yeah.
But
good luck with that. The Wi-Fi on Virgin trains is terrible.
Yeah, that's true. Or maybe in the morning if I can.
Almost. You probably will have enough time in the morning before we go.
but it is.
If you're watching in sub, I'll get him on my Crunchyroll because I got the app on my PS4.
Oh, have you? Oh, so
Yeah.
I brought my laptop with me anyway. But yeah, absolutely fantastic anime. Really.
Yeah, we can have it on the telly. So.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
But then again, actually, no, you probably better watch it because I want to actually watch it from the start again. If
Yeah.
you do it. But I might watch it in dub because I know Funimation is dubbing it.
I'd be interested to see the dub actually. But there's a lot of elements that you just wouldn't even consider, like would be put into an anime. And some of the explanations are a little bit flimsy, but as with anything, it's anime, so.
We need an anime of the season though, and there's not much we really can. Suka's been going back and forth quite a bit on that one, but at the same time, I'm a bit reluctant to pick it because Ren has his doubts about it,
I do.
And Reece hasn't even Reece is not really into it.
I still pick it from.
I'd pick it as well. I would pick it as well, but at the same time, do we have any other options besides that? I'm trying to think in terms of all the run because it was a runner-up in quite a few categories. We picked up quite a few categories, but I'm gonna say. See, I find it interesting that you picked Super as your best ED.
Yeah, I mean,
but you didn't really give
it's worthy of praise. I mean, like aspects of it definitely, but
you didn't think it worked as a whole for you.
Overall, no.
Alice Soroka came up a couple of times. Would I be quite nervous to give it to that because we didn't really give it that much?
Alison Soroka probably. I mean, it was good, but probably shouldn't be anime of the season.
Granblue we said quite a few times. All of us kind of said Granblue. I'm still.
I haven't seen Granblue.
You haven't seen Granblue. We at this point I think we're gonna have to pick one we haven't all seen it. And then we're just going to have to. We're all just going to have to watch. Then whoever hasn't seen it is going to have to watch it.
Yeah,
at the.
I'm still a firm advocate for Kado. If we want to go for anime of the season, you guys just need to watch it. Should we just go for Attack on Titan?
No, we can't pick a sequel.
Okay, yeah.
So no hero, My Hero.
No, I think High Hero would have won it if we had done that because I think I would have said I would have insisted.
Yeah, if we did go for it, I will probably say My Hero.
Dragon Ball Super.
I haven't even seen that.
It's pretty good actually.
Yeah, it's really heating up.
I think in terms of the choices we got, I think there's only 3 anime which turned up multiple times, which we could really consider, and we're gonna have to choose between those 3, which are Clockwork Planet, Granblue, and Suka.
Hey, my 3! Oh no, well, Clockwork was 4th for me, I'd say.
Yeah. So, out of those ones, which one do you want to give it to, Ren?
Out of those 3, I'll probably give it to Clockwork Planet over Suka.
You're gonna probably.
Yeah, I'd probably say the same.
Clockwork Planet. You're going Suka. I'm going Suka. So.
Ooh, it's a tie.
It's a tie, it seems.
So one of us is gonna have to relent.
See, I think you guys should give it to Suka because my opinion's only on Clockwork Planet because I can't pick Kado. So I think it should go to Suka.
So you. Okay,
Suka, anime of the season.
So the Anime Amigos anime of the spring season is World End. What would you do? Are you busy? Will you save us? But
moment of silence for me grieving.
Okay, moment over.
Come on, there was a lot worse that came. There was some. It's not about whether you agree or not. You have to admit it's not a bad anime.
It's not a bad anime.
It is not.
I think but I just adore. But I'm glad it's gone to that one because I just adored that one.
There are some fantastic things, as you said before with Scarborough Fair. Like in the first episode, I did not see that coming at all.
And they actually use it again. They use it again in the last episode, and it's a really powerful scene.
You don't know. Oh, okay.
Spoilers.
That's not a spoiler. Trust me. I'm just saying.
Later on, then I think. Is that a noise?
Oh yeah. What it does is it occasionally, if you go on too long, it will stop recording and then start recording again. So it might there might be a bit of a weird time jump at that point.
Okay.
So that's our picks. So now it's time. Summer's coming around the horizon. It's this weekend. Me and Ren are going to miss the first few episodes of everything, but we're good. But I'm starting right back up because as soon as we start. So let's get a few anime we're looking forward to. Well, there's a holdover. There's 3 holdovers that are going into next season, which are all 3 I'm watching, which are My Hero Academia Season 2 is continuing to next season.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely watching that.
Sakura Quest, which both me and Ren are watching, which we're both kind of enjoying, and Recreate, which I'm watching because I've got the Amazon Prime account, so I can get away with it. But So, other than that, what are we really looking forward to? There's not a lot of sequels next season. I think we're going to have to get rid of the best sequel category. Are you guys watching any sequels starting?
Actually, the two I'm very excited for, you could say sequels.
Which are...
Fate Apocalypse. I love the Fate series, and there's a new Jikoku Shoujo as well.
Are we counting that one as a sequel rather than an entry in a franchise?
Yeah, because it's like a different history path.
Okay, fine. Well, that's a sequel then.
Can I get this straight with the Fate series? Because I've not seen any of them. Is it literally just... Is it one continuity, or is it just...
several continuity.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if I was to watch Fate, this new Fate series that's coming out, I wouldn't have any sort of... I wouldn't need reference material. Or
you're going to need to at least watch something Fate to get it.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's been a while, so I'm probably gonna rewatch Fate Stay Night and Fate Zero.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the two I think you have to watch. And then I would say watch Fate Unlimited Blade Works after that, because I think that's...
you definitely have to start at 0.
Yeah,
Zero.
At least Fate Zero, I'd say. I'm saying that, and I haven't even watched the Fate franchise yet. I'm gonna have to. I've got it on my DVD shelf for me to get around to it.
As I said before, I'm also excited that there's a new Jikoku Shoujo.
Yeah.
I love Jikoku Shoujo. It's really, really good, actually.
So we're definitely have a best sequel category next season. But I already know what my best sequel is, because it's the only one I'm going to actually be watching next year, which is New Game. Which not many people are really talking about it at the minute.
I read a short sort of...
It's second season of that starting.
Yeah.
It's I'll be quite interested to see what they do with that one, because I actually didn't think there was a need for a second season when I saw the first one. But other than that, that's kind of the entry of the cute girls doing cute things. With this one, it's cute girls designing video games. But again, it's not like Shirobako, where it's an in-depth look into the video game. Which Shirobako was an in-depth look into the anime industry. This one's not an in-depth look into the video game industry. But I know one that you're excited about, which is Knights and Magic, which is the mech series for the season.
Of course, maybe in the Met guy, I've got to watch it.
I'll probably check it out as well.
No, hopefully it won't be the Amazon Prime exclusive this season.
Yeah, otherwise I won't be able to watch it.
Little Witch Academia, I'm going to start on Netflix. I know it's a winter anime, but I'm looking forward to actually starting it on. It comes out on Friday on Netflix, at least for us in the UK. Anything else you really?
I just sort of read a few descriptions for upcoming anime. I read one which is called Shingeki no Bahamut's Virgin Soul. I don't know if
that's an Amazon. That's going to be an Amazon Prime exclusive.
Oh, okay. I might have to invest in that if you're watching Recreators, because I read that and I was like...
Token Renbu? That one seems interesting?
Yeah, Token Rambu looks really interesting. It's ufotable, so at least you know you're going to get amazing... what's the word I'm looking for? Amazing animation. I haven't seen Unlimited Blade Works, but I've seen a few clips of it, and it's stunning to look at.
It's beautiful.
The most recent Fate...
Unlimited Blade Works was a couple of years ago.
Wasn't it a movie?
It was a movie originally by Studio Dean, but then Ufotable got the rights and remade it as a whole series. I'd actually say don't bother with the movie. Go for the series, because I know the movie's completely pointless. It's again Studio Dean completely screwed up the Fate franchise, and then Ufotable kind of rescued it.
Yeah, because it originally started as a visual novel.
Yeah, it's a visual novel. That's why it's a multiple continuity.
Okay.
And there's three different paths, and each path is being made into an anime.
Well, with this, Heavenly Fields hasn't got one yet. It's getting one soon. They're doing it as a trilogy of movies.
Damn, that's awesome.
Heavenly Fields we're finally going to get to see the Heavenly Field arc, which so if you want to see the Fate path, you get Fate Stay Night, which the Studio Dean one did. If you want, then you get Fate Zero, which is the prequel that Ufotable did. Then you can the other two paths you got are Unlimited Blade Works, which has been done by Ufotable, and Heavenly Field, which is getting done by Ufotable.
Needs to say, I'd probably say now is probably a good time to get into Fate if you haven't already.
Yeah, I'm going to start on it soon.
Yes,
I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm definitely going to rewatch it.
So at the minute, it looks like Fate's going to probably be one of our big ones to talk about next season. And again, if you guys can recommend it, because we're going to be giving our early summer recommendations in our next vlog.
Okay.
One I won't be able to pick, which I'm very excited about, because it doesn't start until it's actually starting very late into the summer season, which is as in July 22nd, is The Reflection, which is the Stan Lee anime.
What?
Stan Lee has written this story.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
told me
yeah.
that.
And he's it's coming out on July 22nd. I'm really hoping Crunchyroll's got it. Studio Dean's got it. They're on real good. As much as we've just been bashing them for Fate, they're on really good form at the minute between Konosuba, Rakugo Shinju, and stuff like that. So I'm actually interested to see how they do with this anime. I like the look of it. Looks very interesting. What I'm surprised not many people are talking about, and when I'm talking about it, I'm hearing them roll their eyes at it, is Welcome to the Ballroom, which I think a lot of people are saying, it looks like it's Yuri on Ice Climb, but for one thing, It's not really. One Yuri on Ice was an original series, whereas this is based on a manga. The other one is Yuri on Ice was a yaoi. This isn't.
I'll be honest, likelihood I won't be watching it.
I will, just because I'm kind of interested in the idea of it, and it looks like it's going to have some very good animation. A few people I like. Another one that looks pretty good. I've got it here. It's one called Kakaguri, which is kind of like this gambling anime.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing a trailer for that one actually.
It looked pretty good, yeah.
Have you seen Kaiji before, Calvin?
I haven't seen Kaiji, no.
Okay. Sorry, I just had gambling anime. It was just like Kaiji, but yeah, that's a good one to watch.
So there's a lot of good stuff coming next season, but those are the couple of ones. I'd say I'm really looking forward to Token Rambu. Token Rambu looks bloody brilliant. It looks like a couple I'm avoiding. Dive I'm not going to bother with because I've already seen 3. I've already seen 3 episodes and I gave up.
Yeah, I watched episode
Yeah.
1. I've got a
Meanwhile,
friend
I have a friend who can't stop watching it, and I do not get why.
My friend cosplays characters from it, which is cool.
I've seen the Anime America reviews of it, and I kind of get why people like it. I get why they like it, though I don't understand it myself.
Meanwhile, my friend just likes it because she likes hot guys.
Yeah, no, a lot of people say, it's just
It's man service.
ultra man service, but I do know for a fact that it does go quite deep at times. No pun intended, or euphemism in this case. And we're off the air in YouTube. Goodbye, everyone. And if you want to just cut to the Yakka clip. Good night, everybody.
You'll be sorry.
But as I say, Dive just looks like a complete free clone, which means I'm just not going to bother with it. I need to get more into Fate before I watch Fate Apocalyptica, so I'm not going to bother with that. But I imagine that's the one everyone's going to be talking about the most next season. But honestly, I'm really enjoying the holdovers. And unless some of them go drastically wrong, I'm going to say all 3 of them are going on the recommended list when we do next season. Other than that, it's some interesting ideas. I mean, one of the ones that's coming out is the second season of Aura Monogatari, which I didn't watch the first season of, so I'm not involved with that.
Kagaguri looks interesting.
Yeah, Kakaguri. That's really the first one. That's starting on Saturday, July the 1st. That looks like that's gonna kick off the season. Then second, there's a few seasons starting. Fate Apocalyptica starts on Sunday. Incidentally, it starts on Sunday. I imagine has Crunchyroll got the Fate license, or is?
They do have like all the other Fate series.
So I'd imagine they're gonna get it.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Which again means you're gonna have to wait till next Sunday because you haven't got the premium account.
Yeah, trust me, I can guarantee when I am most likely going to get it at some point, because...
Yeah, if you write down your email address, I'll send you a free pass.
Yeah, you can get like 48-hour free passes from having a main membership, so we can...
Alright, or I could just like sign up for a free trial from YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, true.
Glass Reflection gets a good free trial.
I think Game Grumps also has...
Anime America's certain's got one.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I actually have a confession to make. Before this, I was starting to get out of anime. I was getting more into games, but doing this vlog actually brought my love for anime back.
Saved you back. And again, you're probably going to watch more next season because you've got a whole fresh start to really keep going.
Oh yeah, definitely.
To really get going things like this scene, you kind of had to rush a lot of things. This time you can sort of properly pace it. And it's the me the slice. One of the things I'm noticing though is me the slice of life guy. There's not a lot for me next season. In terms of that one, but that being said, I'm only just saying that because I'm such a jack of all trades that I only picked that one to be my person in this group because Reece has got the mech, you've got shonen, kind of got shonen, you've got fantasy and sci-fi. So I haven't really got one to work with, so I just went with Slice of Life because that's one of the ones that I watch. The other 3 don't really bother with. That being said, you're watching Sakura Quest, so you can hardly claim to that one anymore. I'll tell you what. On that, not much really to talk about this. So that's kind of what we're looking forward to. So as I say, we're giving our early recommendations based on the first 3 or 4 episodes. So I will not recommend the reflection next month because by the time we actually do it, only 1 episode will have come out.
Yeah, hard to make an assessment based on that.
I won't make an assessment on 1 episode. That being said, so actually, if we look at the anime we recommended at the beginning of the season, A lot of the ones turned up again, like Clockwork Planet turned up again, Anonymous Noise turned up again, Academia and Titan, and Granblue, which was the one I expected to completely disappear, turned up again. So it's interesting. I was never.
Actually, I recommended Boruto.
You recommended Boruto, and that didn't really show up, and we didn't pick it for anything, and we didn't.
I did pick it for runners up though.
I think I mentioned an anime called Tsukigakure very briefly. I think it was in the last book that we did, but I actually forgot to add that to my intro to my OP suggestion list. But like, it didn't do anything spectacular really. But.
So that's been real fun, and we picked Reese's Choice a couple of months ago to do last month actually from this one to do to pick an episode. So it was Elliott's turn next, and he picked
card game anime.
Yeah, we're doing Yu-Gi-Oh! And card game anime, and the main thing is we're actually going to give our thoughts on the last Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie, Dark Side Dimensions. We're going to give our thoughts on that film.
Yeah, because that's now out.
It's now.
I'm definitely getting it.
Yeah, I've got it on Blu-ray.
Oh, sweet.
And just a bit of a warning. You remember how last time Ren went on and on and on about Gundam?
Reece.
Reece,
sorry,
I
don't know it.
So Reece did. Well, you're going to be seeing me do that with card games, because I watch a lot of these stuff.
So next month we'll be giving our early recommendations of the summer, what we think is worth watching at that point in time, and we'll be giving our thoughts on all things Yu-Gi-Oh!, including our final thoughts on Dark Side Dimensions. Did any of us go to the cinema to see it? Because I didn't.
I didn't get the chance. I really wanted to.
I really wanted to as well, but I was going on holiday at that time, and I had to miss it. So we're all going to watch that. So as well as get started on the summer anime, we're all going to watch Dark Side Dimensions next month and give our thoughts on that. And of course, we're all still watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrain, so we'll also be saying, because I think as much as we did our comments on it now, we haven't really had a grasp of it, because we're only. Well, as of recording this, we're only 8 episodes, because we need to go back and watch episode 8 in a minute.
Yeah. I need to go back and watch 7.
And you got to. How long do you reckon they're going to keep on that OP? Do you reckon?
I don't know. Probably just like a season.
Yeah, I feel like 20 episodes maybe.
Yeah, I reckon 20, 25 episodes, and maybe 22.
Yeah, because that's what it was for like 5Ds.
And
that
guys,
was like every 25.
Do me a favour. Please watch some Card Fight Vanguard and Buddy Fight.
I already have.
Yes.
I'm just going to watch Duel Masters as mine. I love Duel Masters.
I'm going to start watching. I'm going to watch it as well. I want to.
I'm a Hasbro fanboy.
Should Bakugan be counted as card game or not?
We'd have to include like.
Well, they do use cards in the game,
but it's more focused on the figures.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's more focused on the figures than the actual cards.
Alright, so we're not going to count that one.
So we're going to pick our, and we're also going to pick our best and worst Yu-Gi-Oh seasons, and our best duels.
Okay, cool.
Okay, that'll
Should be pretty interesting.
So join us back if you like Yu-Gi-Oh. You got to join us back for that one. I'll make sure I'm wearing my Yu-Gi-Oh socks for it.
Amigos December.
Amigos assemble.
See you next
Boom.
time.
See you next time.
Combine.